Rocky slugger Todd Helton had his attorney email a statement to the media today saying he's embarrassed by his DUI arrest. I think he ought to be embarrassed by that weak statement also. Not only was Helton arrested in the middle of the night on suspicion of driving under the influence of alcohol and careless driving, a mistake which could have killed him or worse yet, you. But instead of publicly apologizing, Todd released a typed communication which began with an excuse of sorts, explaining he was simply driving to a gas station near his house, as if to say nobody could have possibly gotten hurt on my quick 2:30 a.m. run to Conoco. Yes, we could have. That's when I knew Helton didn't write the message himself. The Todd Helton I know and get along with very well never makes excuses or tries to justify an error. In fact, he's harder on himself than any athlete I've ever known. I'm not listening to or accepting any apology from the greatest baseball player our town's ever known unless I can see his lips moving and hear his voice. Todd is my favorite Rocky. We've enjoyed a very friendly relationship over the years, but I cannot cut him a break on this one. He blew it big time.
He's had a tough day, no question. Thanks, Drew.
We'll be right back.
Rockies owner Charlie Monfort is forced to apologize so often, we ought to just start calling him Sorry Charlie. Monfort's blood alcohol level was so high that if it were a batting average, it would have been the 5th highest on his team. According to the Windsor Police Department, Monfort's breath test registered a .284 after he was pulled over for speeding in Greeley on Monday night. The statement released by the team only immediately after Charlie's arrest became public included a quote that said, "I do understand the seriousness of my behavior." Seriousness? Really? Then why does your mugshot look like you just attended a Carrot Top comedy show? Here's an apology. Sorry, Charlie. I don't believe you. A story you might find interesting.
Rockies have won the game.
Immediately following the Rockies' thrilling come-from-behind victory in the 2007 tiebreaker, Monfort found me in the middle of the celebration and called me an expletive for giving up on the team, which incidentally I did not. Several hours later, Charlie offered what I perceived to be an insincere apology, which I told him was unnecessary. We haven't spoken since. Truth is, I've defended Rockies management over the years, especially when they are accused of being cheap and disinterested in winning. I point to the time they paid $141 million to make sure Todd Helton spent his entire career in Colorado, or the time they laid out $176 million for free agent pitchers Mike Hampton and Denny Nagel. Wasn't Charlie's fault they both failed. Or the fact they've aggressively spent to keep superstars Troy Tulowitzki, $120 million, and Carlos Gonzalez, $80 more, in purple uniforms for many years to come. That's not cheap. But I'm finished. No longer can I support somebody who drinks and drives, risks his, and more importantly, your life, gets caught twice, also got busted for the same crime in 1999, and then smiles like he owns the World Series champion Boston Red Sox instead of the last-place Rockies. Let's remove the comma between the word and the name at the bottom of your screen. Instead of sorry, Charlie, we've just got Sorry Charlie. I truly despise the team-issued statement from the Public Relations Department after there's an incident. If you really want to apologize, call a news conference, stand in front of the cameras and answer the questions. But I do hope this one quote from that statement is honest and true. I'm committed to do what's necessary to deal with my problem. Let's hope he does that.